Welcome. I'm your host on Behind the Curtains. I'm Peter Sebastian, and on today's edition, I'm going to be bringing you a wonderful couple married for 39 years, and they are an example to the community and to the body of Christ. On today's interview, they will be telling you things that help them succeed for these 39 years. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
Hello, I am Azuka Ofodum, and with me is my queen, Ndereka. We're married for 39 years, and I'll be sharing with you some things about our lives.
How did you meet mommy?
Interesting. We were together at the University of Ife, and we were in the same fellowship, Evangelical Christian Union. They were calling us New Lifers. We didn't mind, but in that fellowship, we also served together in the hospital administration. So we used to visit the hospital, pray for the sick. I liked the way she was serving. Before I even talked to her, I had been turned down by one sister I felt I loved, and I said, "Can you pray about it? We can, if you like, we can live together." God didn't speak to me. I didn't see any vision, but I felt that I liked her. She said no. I didn't mind.
Okay.
Then I met another sister, and she said she was convinced that she liked me. She wanted to marry me.
Okay.
Again, there was no vision from me. I didn't see from God. I didn't hear from God. So when I traveled to the north on posting, the first letter I got from her was that she's sorry the father will not accept this marriage. And I felt that, well, that's not for me, because she would not even try to convince the father. I felt that she did not love me enough. I wanted somebody that would love me. I wanted somebody to love, because I had been, the desire to love somebody was stimulated when I met some couples who were really loving themselves. Then after some time I said, well, maybe I should even leave the issue of marriage. But when I remembered those people who were loving themselves, I said, God, I want somebody I can love.
Yeah.
And when her name came to my mind, I tried to travel from the north to Benin to look for her. That's love. And I found that she was still single. I said, sister, please pray about it. I didn't hear from God, no vision, but I would like to marry you. And she prayed about it and gave me her yes. And immediately we started planning for our wedding. In the next about 6 months, we were wedded.
That's very beautiful. That means you knew it was the will of God for you to marry her. But it's not that you saw a vision.
No.
It's not that you heard a voice.
No.
But because she was a Christian, you were sure that was who God wanted you to marry. So it wasn't like God told you straight, this is who you should marry. If you're advising a young man today about getting married, what will be things you will ask the young man based on your story to look out for in a wife material?
Number one, and most important, you must be of the same faith. That is, if you are a Christian and you say you are born again, you must look for somebody who is also born again. If you are not born again, then whatever your faith is, look for somebody that you can flow together with. That is number one and most important. Secondly, there should be some kind of likeness. The person must interest you somehow. There must be something you like about the person. Because if you don't have any liking for the person, you just say he's a Christian, but you cannot see anything that you like about him or her, it's going to be a problem from the start. So there should be something to begin with, in addition to being a Christian, that you like about the individual.
So if somebody is just newly getting married, what would be your advice to them?
Newlywed.
Yes.
Let Christ be the center of your marriage. And Christ is love. Love means that you should love this your wife and be ready to make some sacrifice for her. Be ready to defer to her. Try to please her in a word. Try to please her. And then your wife should also try to please you. So if two people are seeking to please each other, marriage will be sweet. Misunderstandings arise because we are different. But when misunderstandings arise, you endeavor not to allow it to escalate. You try to, for example, if you offend somebody, you quickly apologize. And nobody should say, you're always doing it, and after you apologize. No, it's not easy not to offend somebody and be doing something with the best intention, and your partner doesn't like it. When the person says, I don't like this thing you are doing, don't continue in it. If you are continuing in it, is that love? No. It means you want to really provoke the person.
Watching you closely and being very close to you, were there times you had challenges, and how did you handle it?
Yes, we had some challenges. One of them was that I was a teacher, but my principal liked me so much, he will always send me on assignments and errands, and I didn't have time for my family. We were wondering, I married a teacher and hardly have time for me. I didn't know that you needed to make extra effort to spend time with your wife at that time.
Okay.
But as time went on, thank God she bore with me. As time went on, well, I had to leave that particular school on transfer to another school, a bigger school, where I wasn't to everything.
Okay.
You know? And I had more time now for my family.
Okay.
Another challenge was sexually.
Okay.
Starting, I didn't know much.
Okay.
And my experience was so I had to take some time to learn, read some books, to be able to know how to please my wife also, not just please myself.
So Daddy, are you now saying that men that are having challenges sexually should read?
Read books, yes, and discuss together.
A lot of people said you should not bring a third party into your marriage. What does that mean? When they say don't bring a third party
it's
into your marriage?
It's a common statement,
okay,
but it's not biblical.
Okay.
Bible does not say don't bring a dead person. But what they have in mind is if you bring somebody who will want to always interfere, or who will give you a counsel that is not godly.
Okay.
Otherwise, your pastor or any Christian counselor whom you can trust can, without bias, discuss an issue that you're having problem with.
Okay.
Yes, the third person to advise you without bias and in a godly way, it's not against the Bible. So the issue of third party, no, Bible didn't say don't call anybody to help you when you have a problem.
Most times it's women that go out looking for solutions.
My advice is, if you have a problem that is difficult for two of you to settle, please look for somebody who can advise you correctly. It's not very good going to a father or mother for advice in this matter. Father or mother will be biased. But look for a neutral person who you trust will give you the right counsel.
Okay.
Yes, look for a third person who can give you the right counsel, and someone who you can respect his counsel. It will help you to overcome.
I hope you enjoyed that interview. I learned a whole lot from that interview. Knowledge is power. Wisdom is the principal thing in all you're getting. Get understanding. Your ability to love your spouse is one foundation that can help you to have intimacy in your marriage. From that interview, you heard Daddy said love was the key thing. He loved the wife. He did everything to please the wife. So in any relationship, for any relationship to succeed, one of the things you have to do is always desire to please your spouse. Always. The concluding part of that interview will be coming in next week. Subscribe so that it will drop in your inbox next week, so that you enjoy the full part of that interview. God is the author of marriage, and He is interested that your marriage succeed. Don't give up. Don't give up. Till I come your way next week again, stay blessed.